Final exercise I want to do with you ties to, remember last time we did the flushing and the thought stopping, and you take that deep breath? Well, one of the problems is if things are going bad and you're frustrated, the centering physically relaxes me. I stop the thought a minute, but stopping thoughts isn't always enough. Because I once worked with a wrestler in the Olympics, and he was up all night stopping bad thoughts. He was really good at stopping them. He just had to do it all night. Because he forgot, remember our reframing exercise? You stop the bad thoughts, and then you got to put a better thought in. So sometimes what we can do is there's a technique which we call thought reframing. Now, if you think of a situation where you have negative thoughts, maybe it's passing the baton in the relay and it dropped, or maybe it's running hills if you're a runner, or maybe it's doing a part of your sport you don't like, the sprints at the end in basketball, or there's just something you don't like, or maybe it's something technical in golf. You love driving but you hate the short irons, and you constantly get negative thoughts about that. Think of a couple scenarios in your sport, or one for you, that's just negative for you, where you get negative thoughts. And then for me, think of a couple self-statements you make that are negative associated with it. So just take about 10 seconds to do that. Think for you a situation that, boy, when you hear it, you just go negative. And I'll ask for a couple examples. Right, who's got a situation that they find really negative just thinking about for their sport? Heading the ball in soccer. Why is it negative for you?
Because at one point in my life someone made fun of it, and since then I haven't been able to do it right.
Okay, really good. I mean, so when she was a young girl, she headed and somebody laughed at her and made fun, which is inappropriate, but it's been conditioned kind of negative with it. Now, what kind of, if we're going to do a soccer drill with heading today, what kind of thoughts go through your head when I say, okay, line up and let's do the drill?
I'm fine in practice. There's no pressure going on, but in games, as soon as it's crucial, I play halfback, for a halfback to be able to head.
Okay.
As soon as the goalie is holding the ball in her hands to punt it, everything is going through my head, trying to get lined up, trying to get ready to...
What specifically do you say to yourself? Do you say anything negative?
Oh, yeah.
Like what? You can okay. Oh darn.
Oh, darn.
Gee Whittaker's crap.
Yeah.
Okay, so she says some of those words.
And that, you're going to screw it up again.
Okay, I'm going to screw it up
And
again.
I think back on when, people made fun, and it's just a vicious cycle.
Okay, so then you have images and those feelings of these not so nice people when you were a kid.
Right.
Okay, let's hold that one a minute, because that's a great one. We'll come back. Who else had an example of one? Anybody over here? Aaron?
During the practices in track, when we have to do 400 sprints, because that's actually a little bit too far for me for sprinting, because that's kind of like distancing, and I just hate it. So when coach says we have to do it, like we'll have to do half a dozen or whatever, I'm just like, I can't. Just right off the bat, I can't. I'm like, I know my legs aren't going to make it. I got to try to talk myself through it, but I can't, because after 2 of them, I want to quit.
Okay, so a hard part for most sports, there's usually some hard physical conditioning aspect that some of us just don't like. All right, and as soon as that comes up, oh, I can't, and then you get those emotional feelings, like almost the heading like you did, except it's conditioning.